Guys, the amount of joys and our arrested here today, I think Sam mother gave birth to me. Today is my first time seeing this type of joy being arrested. That is the second trip going now, and the joy is still here, guys. Wow. Wow. See, so drugs you are seeing there. So drugs. Everything you see here is drugs. If you say no to drugs, you have to share this life. Let the information go. Let the information go. Share the life. Share the life. Share the life. Share the life. All that you see here is drugs. Everything you see here is drugs. Guys, this is Broadview, District 17. I'm a blogger. So drugs you see here, guys. This man is an intelligent dealer, bro. Intelligent dealer. Intelligent dealer. This is Broadville. Somewhere around the Jazono Estate. Somewhere around Jazono Estate. Peaceland Community. This is Broadville District 17. The amount of drugs that was arrested here today, I have never seen that kind of drugs. Imagine, this is the second time now the people have come for the drug, and the one that is inside is still more than the one that they carry. I think we are going to leave here until maybe like 10 o'clock. Because even like 3 hours is not even sufficient. 5 hours is not sufficient to carry these drugs. They have to carry 4 or 5 times before they can even start going down. The drug is too much. It is too much, too massive. Keep on sharing the life. The people have carried the second load, and now the third one is coming again. Guys, please share this life. Share the life and follow the page. Share the life and follow the page. The whole horse is full of drugs. I think I carry you guys inside your soul, everything, right? So keep on following. You see, everything that you see here is drugs. So drugs you are seeing here. So drugs. So drugs you are seeing here. So drugs. This guy is an intelligent viewer. And the thing that they say that this car can move in the daytime only at night. This car. That's why they told us the car can move in the daytime only at night. So the car can move in the day only at night. This particular car is seen here. This car can move in the day only at night. So this guy is mostly involved. So another pickup is coming again for the third load of drugs. Another people are coming again for drugs. This is another group of people. Different type of police people are here. They are gathering here for these drugs. Keep on following the life. Keep on sharing 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 the life. Qui a un gars, nous avons de record, des bouts sur le fond. Which are you using? Pardon? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to get the woman to go post it. So, guys, you help us to share the life. We are strongly saying no to drugs. Yeah. I want to record it. No. Now only live. I just want to record it. I put some fair for myself. I should go there. Say no to drugs, guys. Say no to drugs. No, there's something I've been carrying. We carry them already. If you see the amount of drugs that is that, the one that carry is small. The one that carry is small. What's it is that? You go there. Then the piazza, you come in the piazza, you definitely. You come in the piazza, you definitely. Social drugs you are seeing here, guys. Wow. Say no to drugs. Please help us to share this life. Let them know. I said Broadview. You know, I actually didn't catch you on the live cover because I was in a hurry. Yeah, I was in a hurry. But this is Broadview. This is 17. This is Broadview. This is Broadview. Broadview District 17. Yeah, share the live and follow the page for more info on drugs. You can check on this page. Everything about drugs, you will find it on this page. Keep following and share the live. Share the live. Let the news go. That we are saying no to drugs. We are saying no to drugs. No to drugs. No to drugs. We are saying no to drugs. Share the live, guys. Share the live. Guys, please share this video. Please share this video. There are a lot of bloggers here. There are a lot of. Well, you got it. You got it. You know. You know. You got other. You know my video go. I'll put it on you. I'll put. You know my video go. So
say no to drugs. Say no to drugs.
How I say to guys? Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. We are finally saying no to drugs. Say no to drugs in District 17. We are here, Broadview. This is Broadview. We are saying no to drugs. If you have any suspect, just DM us. If you have any drug suspect, kindly DM us. If you have any drug suspect, kindly DM us. Say no to drugs. Somebody give me another direction for drugs. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, because it's giving me that number, but they say they don't want to be at the end. They don't want to see your location, so you go and go. And you know the time that you can go there and go come to and get them. So I don't know how you guys will do it. Yeah, somebody said that they know where drugs can be captured, but the person don't want to be identified. After that, there are a lot of people in my GM, the Jimmy number everything. Yes, Yeah, some are from different countries. And some are in single here. Okay. They give me their number, their contact, everything. Guys, please share the live. Please share the live. Please share the live. Share the live. We are saying no to drugs. Share the live. Follow the page. Follow the page for more drugs information. Everything about drugs in this is everything you can find on this page. So please share the live and follow the page for more info. Somebody say, I hope the government will take the house too. But let's see, the government know what to do. The government know what to do. They know the law. So they're supposed to break the house down. Or they have a bit of the government. Yeah, well. So guys, please help us to share. The location is Broadview. You know, I was in a hurry to go live, so that's why I didn't mention the location. But the location is Broadview, somewhere around Motor Corner, somewhere around Motor Corner, or City Bank, Jadono Estate. Somewhere around the Jadono Estate. Please share the live. Please share the live. Let the information go. Please share the live. 2 people of drugs have been carried, and there's another people again. Follow the page for more drugs information. Follow the page. Anything about drugs? Yeah. If you follow the page, everything about drugs, all the ghetto they have been breaking, they are doing in this. Yeah, after the live. Yes, God bless the Liberian police. God bless you. The Liberian police and the DEA, they are doing their job. They are doing their job, saying no to drugs. The news must go. You see the other person say the house needs to be burned. Say you have to burn the house. The people know what to do. They work with the law, so they know what to do. Just leave it. They know the action to take, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me just DM you my WhatsApp number. Yeah. They say that this particular car can move in a day, only at night. This car you are seeing here. So that's my WhatsApp number. Guys, please share the live and follow the page for more drugs information. Everything about drugs in this is I will need to visit this page. You will see all. It is not only today that we are coming in live. We have been doing this. It is not the first time, it's not the second time. This is our work. Follow the page, you will see more drug information. All the ghettos that have been broken down, you will see everything. Just follow the page for more information. Follow the page and also share the live. Follow the page and share the live. Follow the page and share the live. Say no to drugs. Yeah, if you have any drug suspect, you can just DM me with your number, or maybe like You just DM me out. After the live, we will talk. If you have any suspect, just DM me. You have suspect, then I will send you my number. Or I will send the commander number. I will send the commander number to you. Then you and the commander can better discuss. Even if you are far from here, you know they have political all around, and they you know they are all in contact, so they can just call people that they will go and do their work. Even if you are far off. Oh, Senegal, share the live. Follow the page for more drugs information. Follow the page. Say no to drugs. Everything that you are seeing here is drugs. You see, right? Social drugs. Social drugs you are seeing here. Social drugs here, guys. Social drugs. The police are hardly working. So you guys should pray for them. You guys should pray for them. You guys should pray for the police and the DEA. Yeah. Oh, but you, eh? Oh, but you, eh? You know, I was even the way they were watching me. I couldn't. Yeah. But I was able to do another. That's why I get it. So I didn't imagine. I didn't even be my trouble. Because I was in a hurry.
So for the sake of
Sorry. Guys, follow the page for more information. Everything about drugs, just follow this page. We will keep you up to date. The owner of the house has actually been arrested. I don't know his name. I think Mohammed. It should be something like Mohammed, right? Or he has been apprehended by the police. Follow the page for more information about drugs. Follow this. Look at the one the last 7 years. Tell me, guys. This is too massive today. Share the live and also follow the page.
Police are coming, all right?
For sure, share the live, follow the page for more drugs information. There are a lot of journalists here, there are a lot of police people, and there are a lot of DEA officers here. So we will keep you up to this. All you do for us, share the live and follow the page. Share the live and follow the page. Peace Island. Peace Island. Peace Island. Okay, around CMJ community. Around CMJ community. If you know the Jadono estate, it is not too far from the Jadono estate, right? Yeah. The place is not too far from the Jadono estate. The place is not too far from the Jadono estate. Broadview, this is District 17. This is District 17. The police and the DEA, they are doing their work. They are hardly working. Please follow the page. Follow the page and also share the live so the news can go. We are kindly asking you to share the live and also follow the page for more information. Everything about drugs in District 17 is on this particular platform here. Say no to drugs. A bigger bravo to the LDA and the police and the LMP of Liberia. Share the live, follow the page as well. Share the live, follow the page as well. And there's the brain behind it. There's the brain behind it. The guy behind the way. The underground ninja. So you guys should pray for him. Guys, imagine this car, according to what somebody told me, they said this car you are seeing here, it cannot move in the daytime. This car only moves at night. This car. Can you please just show me this? See this car. So this car you are seeing here, this car can move in the daytime, only at night. So this is the car, right? There's the car. And see the car plate. There's a car that cannot move in the day, only at night. You see, right? So this guy pretended to be a phone repairer. Everybody know him in the community to be a phone repairer, whereby he is on the blind side selling drugs. You see, right? He is on the blind side selling drugs, destroying our youth future. Can you imagine that? I don't just brand new home yet. As somebody on the property too now. I don't just brand it that. You know how many money go here before they can brand the home like that? No, for me, if you say that you brand a house, that would be both. That would be, even the government will lose. But at least, let them take the house, so the house can be for the government. But if you just rent the house and then with me, the person lost and the government lost as well. Yes. Okay. That's true. Yeah, that is true. I got you. I will not show him again. Thank you so much. We all learn from each other. Broadview, Peace Island, around Jardono Estate. The location is Peace Island, Jardono Estate. Peace Island, Jardono Estate. Please call the location for them here because they are just asking for location. Yeah. CMJ. So all those that know CMJ is that's the location. Broadview, CMJ. Okay, CMJ, right? Okay, so that's the location, CMJ. Broadview, CMJ. If you want to know the location, CMJ, that's the location. I don't know this place, so if there is any mistake, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that because it is my first time coming here, so you can blame me as well. But the location now is CMJ, Broadway. If you just come to VOA Junction, just ask for CMJ. That is the location. If there is any mistake, guys, I'm sorry. We all learn on a daily basis. So that's it. If there is any mistake from my side, I'm sorry, but we all learn. And we are not 100% free from mistakes. I can learn from you and you can learn from me, right? So the location now is CMJ. Guys, please follow. My name is Daniel. Drugs in Liberia.
Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs. Thank you ever so much for your hard work, sir. Thank you so much. So the car is coming. The car is coming. CMJ, the location is CMJ. The moment you come to VOA Junction, this is the commander. Thank you so much for the hard work, sir. Thank you so much, sir. This is Commander Abdullah Kroma. If you can hear me, I will Commander Abdullah Kroma. This is the commander. This is the commander. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your hard work. Thank you so much, sir. Ever in the history of Nigeria, the biggest arrest.
The biggest arrest, LTA and abroad 24 agency.
Thank you for the hard work, sir.
The biggest arrest.
Keep sharing the live, guys. Keep sharing the live. Keep sharing the live. Keep sharing the live. Keep sharing the live. Follow the page for more information. This is CMJ Broadview. The moment you come to VOA Junction, ask for CMJ. CMJ. The moment you come to VOA, just ask for CMJ. Guys, please help us to share the live. Please help us to share the live. Help us to share the live. Follow the page for more information. 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 Follow the page for more updates. Police are doing their job. The police are doing their job. See the amount of drugs? See the amount of drugs, right? See the amount of drugs? See the amount of drugs? All that you see here is drugs. All that you see here is drugs. All that you see here is drugs. Nothing but drugs. All you see here is drugs. This is the tail pickup going on with drugs. This is the tail pickup going on with drugs. CMJ. When you come to VOA, just ask for CMJ. This is Braville. CMJ. Wow, this is too massive, guys. This is too massive. And this is a tail load now. This is a tail pickup going with drugs. This is a tail pickup. Fill up with drugs. This is the tail pickup carrying drugs now. Fill up. Wow, guys, this is too massive. Like, this is too massive, guys. Keep on sharing the live. Follow the page to stay up to date. Please share the live, guys. Please share the live. Please share the live. Please share the live. Follow the page for more information. The LDA of Liberia, they are hardly working. Commander Kuruma is saying no to drugs. Commander Kuruma and his team, they are strongly saying no to drugs in District 17. This is CMJ. All those that want to know the location, this is CMJ. If you come to VOA, ask anyone for CMJ. Commander Kuruma and his team are saying no to drugs in District 17. This is District 17, CMJ. If you want to know the venue is CMJ. Wow. This is the tail pickup going, guys. Let me take you closer. This is the tail pickup, right? See, right? This is the tail pickup filled up with drugs. This is the tail pickup filled up with drugs. Wow. Who has seen this kind of arrest before? Who has seen this before? Guys, this is the tail pickup going with drugs. Wow. Just to destroy some. Yeah, guys. This is too heavy. This is too heavy and massive. I'm telling you, well, my question now is just like I'm on the line. Where this drugs pass? That is the question now. Even us, we don't know where the drugs pass, but maybe from here, maybe they will carry on proper investigation where this edible drugs pass to come. The location is CMJ, and this is the fourth one going now. This is the fourth pickup. This is the fourth pickup that they are loading now. This is the fourth pickup. So guys, this is too massive, right? It is too massive. Wow, I have never seen this before. I have never seen this before. This is the fourth pickup going now with drugs. Fill up.
Ever in Moshararo, first highest quantity.
This is the highest. Wow. Like guys, this is too massive, right? So please share the light. Please share the light. Please share the light. Please share the light. You see? This is the fourth pickup now, guys. Please share this light. Share this light. Share this light. Share this light. Follow the page for more updates. A big thanks to Commander Kurma and his team. They are hardly working and tirelessly working. Can you imagine? This is the fourth pickup now that is carrying drugs. Fill up. This is the fourth pickup now carrying drugs. This is.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good what day, whatever you're watching from. Thank you for turning in to the Nightly Exchange. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Kindly go on your YouTube and YouTube and Facebook. And subscribe, share, and comment. Share the show and come back here, please. Please come back here to discuss with us. Discuss Liberia, Mama Liberia, the good, the bad, the ugly. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Here, can you please engage with us? This is a safe space for everybody to come in, share your view on your country. Your motherland, your fatherland, whatever it is to you. Feel free to come on and do so. I will also put a link in the comment section, like I usually do, for anyone who wants to join. No restriction here. Independent. Everyone has their own sides. We are not doing journalism one-on-one here. We are not journalists. We are just sitting on the platform talking, telling you about things that are going on in the country, being factual as to the best of our knowledge. Okay, so first, let me bring on family. I see family in the back. Let me not sit here and be talking to myself. Hey, family, you're muted, dude.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Tired, but
Let's go.
But I'm here. Happy to be here. And
Yeah, I'm tired too.
Tonight we hope to have some of our colleagues join us to discuss issues pertinent to the growth and development of our country, Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to be here today. I know there are a lot of training issues, but before we go forward with that, before we go further with that, as always, I only want the audience to do three things for me. That's the thing that can calibrate, wake up my spirit and get me stimulated now to drug stack post my drug stack positional analysis on issues. So Amy, I don't like that logo.
I'm not saying anything.
Make sure you share the show.
I'm used to all that. I used to
share the show and make sure you leave a comment for us.
It's super.
At least share to 5 groups, and this is how the platform grows and develop, and give the platform more visibility.
And this is how we get our viewers back from the Spoon Late Night.
Remember we were on the Spoon Late Night, and the rest is history. We still negotiating to see how we can go back on that. We stay on the negotiation, but we trying to invest most of our energy on this new brand, on this new Virgin platform, so we can grow organically with you. And we hope that you guys are going to support us by sharing, leaving a comment, liking, and subscribing as well. Invite somebody. Let somebody invite. I know somebody what. Let somebody tell somebody to tell somebody
that we're here.
What was funny? I learned about this 4 soldiers thing, and about this chain of 4 soldiers from the former senator of Magibby. I think from Magibby, they call him Senator Oscar Cooper. He had his movement. He said, if you care for human being will care for you. He came about with that movement. That was the first time I started going really into politics and getting into. So I learned about that. He used to say, since you are the 4 soldiers here, you bring 5 person, and each person bring 5, and you guys can build a whole team. So that's how I was trying to say.
Each one brings one.
You share to 5 person and encourage that 5 person to share to another 5 person, another 5 person share to another 5 person, and you're going to have a whole community. But again, this platform is your platform. We have the link in the comment section. Feel free, if you have the chance, to join us to contribute, not to only be there beating the keyboard, and come up here and articulate your views. And we respect each other. We give you the space to air your view. And let's go into it today, because there are a lot of things. I told you,
Liberia, you have to help me. I've been
Liberia is impregnated. I told you, it's impregnated with too many things. So every day you see there's a birth of a new child. Every day there's a birth or something. So today,
I know about the
trending
issue, which is like the video that was just being played. Hello, George Underwood. Thank you for coming. Hello, Hank Saint Tama. Oh, watching for Burkina Faso. Where are you, in Ouagadougou? That's the part I know.
Yeah, that's
thank you for joining in and watching us. We appreciate you. Say hi to the Burkinabe brothers and sisters over there. Yeah, so the only thing I was really paying attention to this, and like everybody else thought about the drugs that was, being pulled out of the house. Did you hear somebody say burn the house down? I'm like, good grief. Oh yeah, he's in Ouagadougou. Yeah. I heard things are great over there. Oh, coming on great over there. Let us know how what time is that there? I think they all have the same time, right? As Liberia.
I think so.
Okay. Good old Africa. But yeah, Family, you know a lot of things. I haven't really been paying attention, but I think that one with the clean note thing, that kind of caught my eye with the central bank launching a campaign, the clean notes campaign. That I wanted to talk about that as well, and the drug. We cannot get tired of talking. Well, we can't get tired because we want everyone to know, right? But we are tired of seeing it. Oh, 2 a.m. Family, see when we're starting the show. 2 o'clock. This is horrible. 2 hours late. That's okay. Family, we'll catch on the time. You'll keep making promises. So you'll have to help to enlighten me on the other stuff that you're talking about. But first, let's see what's on your mind, and we'll start from there.
Well, again today, there was
Thank you, Tama.
There was a huge discovered and bust, and of a major. This is the first time in the history of Liberia to have this high level of intelligence, and being given, and the operation was very smooth and successful. And more besides, today the raid done by the LDA, the joint security, not only the LDA, the joint security, it's a major milestone. And imagine the community dwellers were in what we call real shocking, like how that boy can say, it's literally shocking.
Don't get me started now.
Ageko is
What's up,
literally
guys?
shocking.
This is the fresh update.
Fresh update.
It's literally
It's shocking.
My dude, just
So, so this was literally shocking to everybody, the dwellers. And imagine, I'm happy today that young people themselves today were chanting the slogan, "Say no to drugs."
mm-hmm.
This is the education that, if you go back to the video that we had on this platform, when the issue about the proliferation of drugs became, I told people on this platform that it is an entire, community fight. It's not one person, because every family, one way or the other, is affected.
Right.
One way or the other, we have major. If you have your friend, you have your relative, or somebody very close to you that this epidemic has cracked, and you can't even recognize them beyond repair. They are metamorphosed into another form. And for the community now to put hands around and giving hardcore intelligence with all of the things that are going on in and around the state, they're saying, no, we don't want this in our communities. In fact, there were community engagement initiated. They were going out to some of those high out, they were busting them, they were burning them down and taking them out. Because in the end, many of those boys go on there not only to just take those harmful substances. When they take them, not to only sleep in those slums, but they come back at night, overnight, to create havoc in the community. They bust people window, and they do a lot of criminal activities,
Right.
and endanger the life of the people in those same community that gave them that space to sit there and misbehave. So the community now, they are taking initiative to take them out, and I'm happy that the joint security had that discovery today. It was massive, man. I've never seen this kind of a thing before in my entire life, especially in Liberia. For them to have a really, almost like a whole, man, it was almost like a 50 feet continuum loaded in a house. Then I asked myself, how did it even reach here? How did it pass through the borders?
Do you think that you mean in bulk like that, or you think it's over time?
Man, that was a major concern. When you look at them in the scene, they were wrapped up, sealed up with the same tip and thing. You know that they came on these were major shipment. Yeah, these are major shipment done, and I know to get those things to pass through the cartel, they spend a lot of money to get those things to pass through.
They had to. People had to get bribed, ready.
And we from all indication, from all of the report that we received, the report says that this came from Western Liberia. So that means
where is that?
That's Sierra Leone. It came through Sierra Leone. It's a major hub. It has become one of the biggest transit point now. Not only I saw today that River G County is another area that is very, very infested. And then
I think when people stop looking the other way, they try to use that way that you stop looking. I think they need to be like everywhere. Every entry point needs to be focused on. Yeah.
So it came from that end, and it came to Liberia. And that end has recorded one of the highest. So that means those folks easily get into Sierra Leone and they cross over to Liberia.
Do they know
Because
what fund was it?
the investigation still going on because first they went to the court to get the the rate and whatsoever to process them.
Oh, so this was like a leak.
Yeah, I
Some
see.
kind
That's
of
why I said it's a
intelligence.
hardcore intelligence that was given, and the tip up that was given, and
Right.
and it was very decisive because imagine they caught the guys unaware. So the guy built a whole house,
Right.
fortified the house. When you see the amount of fortification the house has,
Of
you
course, it
know
had to
that
be.
this is a real drug law. So,
I'm
and
just
I
kind
mean,
of.
2 person was apprehended. 2 person, and the
I want the main
nationality,
guy. The main guy needs to be.
yeah, nationality point to Nigerian. So
No.
I'm telling you. So
So formula, this is another thing, right?
they call that Dangote. One of the name what they call him. He refused to call his name, but people know they call the nickname Dangote and whatsoever. I don't know. But
Yeah, he's trying to mimic Dangote. I don't think Dangote
mhm.
was doing
Because
drugs.
I mean they make that money. That's why
That's
anybody
why I
get
said I
money.
don't think he was doing drugs for his money.
Yeah.
But formula, something that caught my or kind of came to my mind when you said that, right? While we are all happy about the United Africa thing, people being free to move about all over Africa, this is another concerning you know issue too. Like Trump would say, I hate to sound like him, but the bad ones coming into your country and trying to use like stuff like this that we're seeing. These like you said, these nationality kind of points to Nigeria, and they're doing these things. And, how crazy it is in Nigeria, right? These things and then robbery and all of that. I mean, should that be something that we also think about? The whole,
Absolutely.
United.
And then the worst case scenario is that many of the hardcore and drug guys who have been involved into many of the things, they are all from our West African brothers,
Yeah.
who quote unquote come to Liberia on the pretense of seeking greener pasture, free trade, and come to hustle because there's huge competition in Nigeria because overpopulation and other things. So they come to Liberia for free trade, hoping that they will come and honestly earn a living, but instead they come and infest our country with these harmful substances. So you see, this just brought back to what recently happened in Burkina Faso when trucks loaded with human beings and weapons.
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso recently there was a hardcore leak again, and they arrested more than 400 person pack up in a truck coming. They have rifles, they have guns and other things, and they were arrested, and that's the reason why Burkina Faso. And they said they claimed that they were headed for Ivory Coast, which of course was not true. And when they were investigated, they said they were carrying food and other substance to that warehouse, and they will be shipping in the Ivory Coast. So they follow up on that to go check the warehouse again. There was huge and consignment of ammunition already packed up. So it was like they were planning to come to cause serious havoc in Burkina Faso, but it did not work. Intelligent leaked out and they seized the matter. So now I think they are suspended all free visa. And first they are giving that free visa thing, it come and free, but no.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So,
why it's a good thing we all celebrate, but you gotta be worried about things like this too. Look at what he's saying, like 400.
Yeah, more than 400 men, and a lot of weapons. I saw the video. I was like,
yeah, they could have caused a lot of damage on the the locals over there, and you have to protect your people too. So, while we are trying to be Kumaya, we ought to be careful too. From what we're seeing. But from that, well, there's amount of drug here. Do you think we should? What my question is, like, because right now I'm looking at this, right? even though I want the little guys that are around there, but my main focus is the big fish that, there have to be a boss behind this, right? The formula, are you with me?
Yes, go ahead. Say that again.
Double thing you get me doing. No, I said there have to be the big guy behind this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what it means for don't tell me that you know how many checkpoints they have from the border coming all the way to Central Monrovia to Broadville where they got his house. And there are a lot of checkpoints over there. How did he manage to cross those checkpoints? How? So that means that there needs to be some investigation done.
Right. And everyone involved in it has to be like, this is the part that we said, lock them up and throw away the keys. Like this, something like this. Because with people like these, as you let them go, they're going to think about plan B. They're not stopping. Because this is what they're used to. They're going to think about, plan B and to do something else. And this was 4 pickup trucks. 4. In the whole, bags and suck up. I don't know. Like Mama said the last time, we need K9 dogs. Do you think these things could have passed through a checkpoint without anyone seeing it and be kind of among goose that coming in for market women and sell bags and stuff like that? Do you see that happening now? Without a dog there to sniff it, that it could get by easily, without it needing to bribe anyone. Don't you see that happening?
Look, it is not possible for you to come with that kind of a consignment that we saw. It is not possible for you to pass through all of those checkpoints that we know along that route, and no one in there was tipped up. It's not possible. There must be some high ups that turn a blind eye to that operation. There's somebody somewhere. And that's the reason why I like the new boss. He said in an unequivocal tone, if you are in this game, you either desist, because we will come for you, and when you are caught, you'll be booted out. So he gave a strong caveat to them. He said, you are either with us on the joint security to help eradicate this thing, or minimize it to a very minute point where we can keep an eye on. Because it's not easy to get rid of drugs. I'm not lying to you. Because even the great United States that have all the resources, they can still stop the infiltration of the thing with all the technology they have. So
we say because the United States is bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger and more precise. It's not easy. The same way they say the hunter learned to shoot without missing, the birds learn to fly without perching. So that's how it is. The same way you acting that you smart, you want to catch some people. The people do that studying into how to outsmart you. So that's how it is. So while it is true, the United States and other countries setting out and ways to minimize this thing, but the criminal too. That's what they say. For you to beat a criminal, you have to be 2 steps ahead of them, because those guys, they are very smart. And for you to be successful to steal from somebody, you have to be smarter than whosoever you want to steal from. So smart person will have to be, somebody among that 2 groups will have to be smart. So that's how it is. So we get hope and pray that this issue can be minimized, so that our brothers, because this is becoming like a bondage. The government is fighting on the other end to minimize the suffering in the country. Then they get other people there on the other end say, we will make matter worse for you.
Right.
And say we will damage, and certain portion of the population and put them in a very vulnerable state. They become a liability not only to their family. They see family that cry and say we get food to eat. They become both a liability and embarrassment to them, then and to the country. Then because when those people then embarrass their family, then the family come back to the government and say, oh, we already not get food to eat. They let my son here again taking drugs. All my little lapa are getting in the house, the men finish selling all. So
welcome to the show, guys. Welcome, Momo. Welcome.
Thank you.
We have to collectively fight this thing, and this is a fight that not there should be apolitical and non-political. So
well,
to say,
from like, good luck with that, because even though I agree with you, but we still have the people from the other side that want to score or win by any means necessary, all costs, right? So I don't know. It's gonna be hard for that. But anyway, Momo, how are you? Did you watch the video?
Yes,
of the bus today?
I saw that alarming video.
I know that's your passion.
Yeah, that's my passion. That's where I have much interest. The fight against drugs, the war against drugs in Liberia, and I must commend the LDA today for the steps they are taking. In the fight against drugs. I must give them credit where credit is due. However, much work need to be done. We have a lot. Look, what these guys are doing. Look, drug cartels. Look, they are an organized group. In order to break this group, it has to come with an immense effort, where we have to deploy not only manpower, but technology and a lot of different things. So a lot of times people always say that the fight against drugs is an all hands on deck approach, where both the treatment side, the court system, plus law enforcement, right? But I want to look at this from a law enforcement perspective, right? Look, the DEA itself, the organization, though they are doing well, and I must give them credit for it, the system itself is corrupt.
Yeah.
Right? What we see is just the surface of it. But there are a lot of things that are going on in that agency with regards to the agents. Many of our agents are not patriotic. Many of our agents don't have integrity. They only do these things and come up with these things when cameras are on them, when people have eyes on them. That's when they tend to act like they are working. But behind that, we only see little of the little of what. Look, those drugs we see are just some little amount that are being smuggled in the country. What I think the Bouakai administration needs to do, and the difference between the Bouakai administration and the we administration is that Bouakai administration is serious to fight. Let me make that clear, the distinction, right? This administration is doing far more better than the last administration. Because the last administration, from the top down, they were all corrupt. They were like crazily corrupt. Their hands were so much in the cookie jar that they couldn't help themselves. But thank God for the leadership of Joseph Nyeman Boakai. Though the DEA has been going through a lot of leadership, changes and stuff like that.
Right.
But we believe that our country is at least taking a step in the right direction. But here's what I will propose, right? The DEA agents need better training. They need logistics. They need proper PPE to go on the field. How can an agent go fight drug? He doesn't even have body camera on him.
You have people with cell phones.
Yes. How can you go and fight the war on drugs? You do not have something to serve as backup. We need to now begin to invest in K9 dogs. This is not much money to put in the budget for our agents. We need to now begin to think about collaborating with some states in Georgia, some states in America, either the state of Georgia, the state of California, the state of Arizona. These people have proper DEA agency that we can beg the government of the United States through the U.S. Embassy, asking that we get some of our men, just the same approach we use for the AFL. The exact same approach where we have a contract, Ellie did a contract with the Michigan National Guard to provide training for our AFL, right? And that contract today still stands. Our AFL benefit, that's why they said the AFL is one of the best forces in the country. Because
they lost me when they did that coming out of the barracks to fight the police thing. They lost me on that.
You always find some bad apples.
That power business now.
You will always find some bad apples, among, but the AFL is the best force. It's a force for good.
Okay.
Let us use that
same. Yeah, Bernie Samuka did a fantastic job with that.
Yeah, let us use that same approach for the DEA. The drugs is an existential threat to the growth and development of our country. We should not do too much lip services. Those guys, there are more drugs found than the one we see.
Yeah.
I believe there are more drugs found than the one we see. But we don't have the technology deployed on these guys. Simple thing about it, Kim. How hard it is to have each DEA agents that are going to the field wear body cam when you go on operation. How hard it is to fly a drone. We can buy one military drone. We can buy one or two military drones in the air while they're going on operation. The drone is up in the air, serving as backup, watching those agents carry on their operation.
Thank you, Momo.
No,
see why I recommend this guy to be the next DEA boss.
Let me close by saying this, right? Look, the fact that we are the strong, we are the oldest ally to the United States.
No, it's a party regime list.
Amen. So the fact that we are the oldest ally to the United States, the oldest African ally. Why is it that every leadership they hire or they bring to the fore, that they don't come to America? What's stopping these guys from?
They have no way to do it. That's why you have to have the connection. You have to know. You have to people who are connected in that way on knowing what to do.
So I mean, in a nutshell, thanks to the DEA for what they've done so far. I'm gonna give them credit for it, but I think we should do more.
Absolutely, Maurice. Let's hear your.
Yeah, I can enjoy my man Tule when he talking. They make him talk with so much strength, with so much force. I mean. I actually admire your passion. The only problem, the little problem I got with you in the whole thing is the army thing. Look, you gotta be careful how you bring the army into just everything. And you as a security man, you know exactly what I mean. Sometimes the army.
I don't want to cut you up, but sorry, just give me 2 minutes of your time, right?
Oh, you want to take 2 minutes from my time?
I mean 30 seconds at a time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The way we perceive the military in Liberia, we always perceive it so wrongly. We think that military are only trained to go fight war. Military are trained to come for national disaster and all these things. They can come in. They can help.
Yep.
They can help. I wore the uniform of the armed forces. We do not just come and kill people. That's why I suggest that they bring the military in and train them to fight the war on drugs. You got a smart guy, they already know better training. And the war on drugs is a paramilitary war. Fighting drugs, and I know police, small policing, real combat. That's it. So that's why I asked them to bring the military in. But go ahead.
Well, you see, I know the military are not just stuck in the barrack just to be waiting anytime war comes, they go for it. I know other countries, they utilize their army. They're teaching. They're in the classroom teaching. They're in the farm agriculture. Some of their engineering, fixing rule.
Ghana, the Galamsey, the people who are doing illegal money, who they send to go and chase them out? The military.
Other countries they actually utilize it. I mean, I don't know why we're not doing that. Other
So we
countries,
have less of a police. We always say we don't have enough police. So why the army staying there and just drinking tea and bread?
yeah, I mean that's what just talking about it. They get there. Some of the armies are dentists. Some of the armies are engineers. Some of the armies are agriculturists. Some of the armies are teachers in different field, in different fields. So they're supposed to utilize them. But my point here is that we still got to be careful because the army sometimes when you get in one step, they can take two steps before you make up your mind. They already, yeah. When you get at one step, before you make them, they take two steps. They already somewhere where you don't expect them. The whole country, they get to the whole country unaware. They get there. You understand what I mean? But to pull it in a straight path, sometimes before you make them in the mansion, that's the army right there. So people have to be careful how to bring them into everything.
Second, Mars, are you talking about the old coup d'etat thing?
No, army just everywhere. That's army. Just army. Gotta be careful with them. It's not just. This is not just limited to Liberia. The army as a whole. And my brother understands exactly what I pointed out. But on the drugs issue, right? Look, I think that's what I say. Sometimes the man's dedication to the job does not only depends on the qualification, but also to the commitment, the experience.
Mm-hmm.
It is surprising to see these guys even coming up with the kind of stuff. And that's why I've always said, look, as much as we will keep talking we'll keep, asking for the increment of their salary. But look, somebody can be making $1,000 a month. If they want corrupt, they can still be corrupt. Somebody can be making $500, $200. When they want to be committed, they can be committed. So this issue of this drug fight, I think the people, the LDA, all we need to do is to empower them, and the citizens themselves have to get into this fight. So it make it easy. All we need to do as people is to just support the LDA, equip them, so they can be well equipped, and furnish them with all the necessary, equipment they would need, so they can go ahead. Because it's not easy. Drug is not something can be, completely eliminated. Just something that can be a little bit minimized. And I think we can do that with a small country that we have.
Yeah,
I think we can definitely do that with the support of the citizen. I think we can do that.
Thank you, Anthony.
Greeting everyone, and thank you guys for holding it down. I'm a little busy.
Anthony get energy, man. Anthony get energy. The major coming from somewhere else.
I want to say this, right? I don't want to sound political because this drug issue is beyond politics. But here's what I see happening in Liberia with the drug issue. We got over 1,000 men and women in the LDEA uniform today called Action Agent are not on the payroll. And if you're Action Agent person or a friend who know a friend who was an Action Agent person, comment on this platform here. Don't use your real name so that you can lose your label 1212 you're doing because that's the thing in Liberia. No freedom of speech. If you talk, you lose your job. But I don't want you to lose your job, even though you're not on payroll. I don't want you to lose your job. The drug issue here, and that's what Mr. Cummings said yesterday. In as much that ordinary folks will help, the government need to deploy as many men, and I want to agree with Truly. The military has to be involved. Our border need to be tightened.
Right.
Stop the drug from coming in. Go after the big boys who are bringing the drug in. You guys know them already. Go after them if you're serious about the fight against drugs. You can take a man from the street, rehabilitate him. As long as the drug coming into the system, trust me, it's going to be very hard. It may not be that same person you're working on, but you're going to be a new breed that coming into the system as well. That's going to get hooked on the drug.
Mm-hmm.
Create job opportunity. People don't have nothing to do. When you're bored, when this mind is bored, a lot can happen up here. And some people who can withstand peer pressure, they get prey to these things.
So from Anthony, I keep hearing this a lot that because of no jobs, so people doing drugs. Is that really true?
Statistics are proving from less job. Thank God most of these guys who are on drugs are not violent. We got over 100,000 Zoko in Liberia. We have over 100,000 Zoko in Liberia.
How did you get that number?
The government provided that number. That's not me. When Fadiga they were in the street, they were taking statistics.
My man, what the data? Show all the data.
I called the name when Fadiga they were in the
Fadiga
street.
the data.
Okay. Can you allow me to talk?
All right, allow you to, but Fadiga
What was it? Was it Fadiga?
He was part of the DEA, LDE.
Not a source, not a data. To your own.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing here. The fact of the matter here, we have over 1,000 men and women who are currently at the LDEA that are wearing uniform. They're not on payroll.
How did you also get that?
A.B. Kroman was on the closing argument. We did mention that he confirmed.
When?
3 weeks ago when you're on the closing argument.
How long ago was A.B. Kroman the boss of the DEA?
About 6-7 months ago.
I mean, A.B. Kroman
6-7 months? Almost a year. And the finance minister came on like a couple of days or last week and challenged anybody to say that they weren't getting paid or they weren't something. So who are we listening to? The guy who has been out of there for like almost...
Amy. Not being on payroll and not getting paid are two different things.
We know that.
Okay, so let's take the fact that are you disputing that at the LDEA?
No, they got volunteer people. They got people that volunteer.
I think we'll come back probably 30 seconds.
I beg your indulgence. This is a very sensitive matter. I'm on camera and I'm looking strictly into the camera. I'm saying,
so dramatic,
with a bold face, at the LDEA of Liberia, there are over 1,000 men and women in uniform who are not on government payroll. I challenge the government to debunk this information. I challenge the government to debunk this information. You know what I told the people recently? That they have to read them.
They made a lot of more time also.
Yeah, I know.
That's not you.
You know what? I have an opportunity. I'll come back. Meet me. I'll come back. I'm not going to leave the show.
Go ahead.
You are the moderator. No, you are the moderator. You gotta be. You gotta kind of like fact check some minute. And a minute can be talking to you. Can't sit there like maybe.
I say I'm challenging the Liberian government. The government of this issue here. Let me give President Bouaka His Excellency credit. It did not start under President Bouaka. This issue of the DEA action agent, they are called action agent, did not start under Bouaka, did not start under George Weah. It started under Madame Sirleaf.
Well, it shouldn't matter.
So this is all circumstances in Liberia at the level of the LDEA. They are called action agent.
Are they volunteer? Is that a cute name for volunteer?
Huh?
Is that a cute name for volunteer? Or?
Well, that is the unit they fall under. That's how they are considered action agent. They go out on the field to execute operations. They are working. It's not like they're sitting wearing uniform. They go out there.
Amen.
Aha! Somebody saying Anthony is saying the truth.
Amen.
You understand?
That Eric coming.
So the thing I'm saying here, I am not here to bash His Excellency President Joseph Yomon Bouaka. I am here to say.
I see what you're doing there. We won't bash his Excellency.
You understand?
You can make it nice because you want more time to talk. Oh, he say Excellency, you think I should go put it for you to realize it.
Look, Amy, y'all gotta give me credit. When the government does well, I praise it. I praise the director at LEC.
We also have to do the same thing.
Did he say that he's doing a good job?
You did.
Good. Look.
Thank you.
I don't want this administration to fail. I have always said what I'm saying. I don't want this administration to fail.
At least not on drugs. If they were feeling anything, it shouldn't be on drugs.
You understand? I want this administration to succeed. If this administration succeed, If my
Amy, how
if
long
my
the guy will
project
talk for, man?
succeed this administration,
Yeah, guys, you're just
The
running
man
the
talk
show,
all
Oh,
right.
man.
man.
Don't be calling me all they man. That's when $5
Oh,
Amy,
man.
black
Okay.
article
Oh,
give
yeah, so
the
you're
floor to
not
other people
doing
here.
no to me. If everybody want to moderate, then y'all should moderate. Because you're just stepping if y'all keep talking, the man talking, you keep coming back. I'm
Oh,
trying to let
man.
him in.
But you're not managing the time where Amy. So for real, for
Jesus
you.
Yeah,
Christ,
man.
no, that's not true. Y'all what? Y'all not make me to start giving everybody 30 seconds here. Y'all know me already. Let me say when your camera is off, Maury, please don't be in the big.
Maury, let me say this to you, yeah. I am not paid to be the spokesperson for the government. I am not paid for that.
All right,
I
thank
come
you.
here
That's
for to
not.
discuss
We
national issues.
Eric is new here. Y'all shouldn't make it
And so
simplicity for Eric.
So much I represent the opposition on this platform, I will also do my due diligence. If the government is doing well, I will article commend this government.
Oh,
they
it's
signed
okay
a visa free to Rwanda. We all celebrated it here on this very platform. That the visa free to Rwanda was a good measure in the right direction for our nation. It will we got over 3,000 Liberians in Rwanda right now studying.
It's okay now, Anthony. It's okay.
So no, because you keep calling me up. I don't know why.
Everybody, please mute when somebody talking. I beg you. Y'all don't make me look up for everybody in the back. I won't be sitting here when I relax for your own my own. Welcome, Eric. What do you have you been listening in the back? You know what we're on, right? Okay, let's hear you.
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah, come here. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say thank you for the opportunity to share the platform with my fellow Liberians. The issue of drugs in our country, I think, is not clearer for our brothers who are, affiliates or a member of the current government, that it is no longer quote unquote a political issues. Most time I hear them saying, "Oh, this is a serious thing," but a few years ago, it was a CDC crisis or a CDC-led government or George Weah Bono bringing drugs. And now I'm saying that I don't get that political attachment to the issue of drugs anymore. I don't know the paradigm shift, what might have, changed that. But how be it, I think Liberians are beginning to realize that this is a structural issues that we have in our country. It is the collapse of our institutional frameworks that we have put in place to fight drugs. Earlier on, our whole family saying is the first of a kind for the huge quote unquote consignment of narcotic or drugs that were seized. But a little bad job. I mean, in 2022, under the then George Weah government, in fact, the U.S. Embassy in Liberia issued a statement in October 2022 commending the Drugs Enforcement Agency and at NSA, along with other countries, about arresting $100 million worth of narcotics in the country. And
excuse me to interject. That information that led to that drug arrest was that intel came from the U.S. Embassy, and now the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency that led that.
You get a time. Let it brother for me.
No, I just want to put that in so he knows that.
Yeah, when you come in, you can debunk
are you done?
Go ahead.
All right. I mean, it's a little such you can do that. The U.S. Embassy issued a statement commending the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. I repeat, the National Security Agency, and few countries, I think, including Brazil. I stand to be corrected on that. For the arrest of $100 million worth of narcotic. Mr. Tude, if you want to discredit the U.S. Issue statement in October of 2022, it is up to you.
I'm not discrediting it.
But if they commended the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, and I'm saying it here, what's the essence of saying the intelligence did not come from them?
The drugs,
they all played a role.
The intelligence
was given
when the drug moved to South America.
No.
When the drugs are moving from South America, the intelligence
Too
came
late.
from the US embassy.
They're on the website here on Google.
I said, but
They're not getting paid. Hey, yo.
nobody discrediting the U.S. embassy statement. I'm telling you, I was trying to tell you that intel during the weird administration, it was not due to the ingenuity or expertise of those incompetent guys that were sitting at the DEA. It was due to
Mama, can you play mute when the brother finish? Let's do this one at a time now, please. Because if you right here, you get more time.
Yeah, allow Eric to finish, man.
Yeah, I understand.
Give
I
a
understand.
man first time appearing, let the man get all his time. Enjoy
Brother
yourself.
Brother Tule is good. I understand the sentiment attached. You don't want to credit anything from the previous government. That's fine with you. But facts are stubborn. It is not within your purview to alter that. You know, I respect that. If I were to give that credit, yeah. It's facts is stubborn. It doesn't matter your opinion on it. If the Liberia Drugs Enforcement didn't do anything, the U.S. Embassy would not have commended them. So whether the intelligence came from them or it came from the CIA or whoever it came from, the fact that they took part into that operation is commendable. For you to burn out of there as incompetent, I mean, it is absurd. But how be it, we're now seeing that the drugs crisis in our country now is even by far greater than what we had in Liberia. Evidence about the many deaths that are occurring. I'm not sure if you're embarrassed about that. Maybe you're seeing that as you fighting drugs because people dying on the street. There's a whole stand up in the country, people protesting. There are even rumors and which is I consider is unfactual, or we have not gotten evidence that the president's son, one of his sons involved, and all of these things are troubling signs.
So,
But the reality here, yeah, I mean, go ahead.
So could we say that drugs are issue, which we like we said we don't want to mix this with politics, but somehow it had to be somehow interjected, right? Could we say that the effort that was used to fight drugs in the past administration is the reason why we are here now? Where we at?
That we are project.
No,
that we are project.
No, but today you can be interrupting. You were just trying to.
But the drug thing started on the Ellen.
No, but today we have a moderator here.
Guys.
Yeah, we have a moderator here. You have to respect her.
Go ahead, answer it again now.
Yeah, don't be interrupting. So the issue is not about the success or the challenges we have currently. Is based upon the previous administration. No, like I said, this is a structural issue that has been passed down from generation to generation of our country. The lack of budgetary support to our LDEA is a serious challenge. Earlier on, I heard one of the brothers talking about unemployment is also a factor of people, taking drugs. But my key emphasis is not just on the end user. Is those, my emphasis has to do with the people who have got the purchasing power to bring the drugs. Why it is true that I agree with him that when people are not employed, they take more drugs. Like in the US here, if you're going to work, you're not going to drink. I don't care your appetite for alcohol because you be afraid that they have zero tolerance for drunk driver here. Okay, so the fact that you have a job, you are going to manage your quantity of alcohol. But in Liberia, where people don't have job at all, most of our people, 80% of Liberians are out of job, unofficially. I might not back that, but just by walking in the street, the pervasive poverty has engulfed that country. So when people don't have jobs, they take onto these substances, for relief, for pleasure, temporary, pleasure, all that kind of stuff. So we have not been able as a country to strengthen the ties, to see, look, what happened to our borders? I mean, how are you talking about? You don't want to sound like Trump about border security, but it's a serious issue. All of the drugs that enter our country has a port of entry, whether the seaport, whether the airport, whether the land. Because we do not have the capacity, the enhanced capacity of Liberia Immigration Authority and the DEA to mend these poorer borders or spaces that we have. And the corrupt system that we have at even the RRA, those are contributing factors that drugs continue to pour into the country. And the more drugs you have in the country, the more at risk our people become. Just before I take leave or my time cut up, my brother was talking about the number of Zogos in the country. There was a report in 2019 done by the Ministry of of Youth and Sports. You can check that out with the a group called Democracy Watch. They issue a report in a news article in January of 2025. January 2025. They said that in 2019, the Ministry of Youth and Sport did a survey, and it said the number of Zogo in our country ranged between 25,000 to 35,000. But in 2022, yes, in 2022, there was an increase, not done by the Ministry of Finance, but one Dr. Boli, he did a survey and said, quote unquote, those who identify as Zogos were around 47,000. So we have a serious issue here. If you have even 25,000 of our people who are dependent on drugs, they're not working, they just take drugs every day. No country is going to rise with a population that takes drugs because they're not going to work. And if you don't work, you don't contribute to the economy. So as a summarize, I mean, it is a structural issue that every government must be able to take on and not politicize it. You know, not when you're in opposition, then you say it is the government who bring in drugs. And then when you come and become government, then you say, no, this is a systemic problem.
Just one question before I let you go. To be fair, in this government, we are not seeing people, government officials being tied to bringing drugs. The past administration, no one was just getting up and calling Finabono's name. No one was just getting up and calling these people's name. From the entrance, the airport, and those packages that were coming in, those people who were bringing it, you heard the tips. They were saying those names. So it was not the opposition coming out and saying that these people are the one and those people are the one. So why are you saying that the opposition, when you're in opposition, you say that?
No, I mean, there is
saying those names.
I mean, there is no fact that you can point to that anyone from the port of entry, like the RIA, who was arrested for drugs, said it was Finabono. There is no record for that. In fact, there is. Today, can I conclude, please? In fact, we have record.
That Moranga tea that came from the airport. Someone mentioned.
Before you come in and let a man in his stuff, that he land.
Yeah, in fact, we can come to the disco and say somebody, we got to be facts on fire so that, you know, there's something called fact check. Nobody that was arrested for drugs in Liberia at the national airport, anywhere in Liberia, said it was Finabono who sponsored them. I stand to be corrected and I challenge any of you to prove me wrong. But in fact, under this government, we have got the former deputy director for operation at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency trying to compromise drugs because no, you talk about no government official. I'm only linking the point here. Because his daughter,
because in the past there was nothing done. So now,
no, don't say no need. If somebody said on the radio and say Eric Perry is taking drugs, it's pushing drugs. On the radio, sir. It was somewhere. What's the fact? Who was arrested for drugs and labor? These people say these people are accomplices, or they are sponsoring me, or they are doing it 1-0. They were just politicians talking.
Eric, maybe you
can point that out at your time when I leave your point.
I'm getting your feedback.
For me?
Everybody's muted, I guess though.
Yeah, so but for this situation, we have the former DEA for operation who was caught on tape compromising the issue of drugs because his daughter was involved. He himself, this is not an accusation of somebody living against him. This is he himself on record. Okay? And today what has happened? Today what has happened to him? They say he's suspended. Is he in court? We don't know.
Thank you.
Will he be prosecuted? We don't know. So we can be playing the
Thank you. But by the way, we had so many tips and recalling that the DEA boss himself on Ouija will call for high substance for everything. So we all those things are out there. But go ahead. Let's start with something in formula.
And that's what we need to stop doing. We need to stop blaming each regime, the other regime.
No, he was talking about Fadiga. I mean, about this going, you talk, why you talk
I
about?
made reference to
He
this
should
drug
have
issue started the
mentioned-
wartime, my
Yeah.
brother. That
He
wartime brother.
should have
Can
mentioned.
you be mute? Your family have his
Family
1
like I am,
minute.
my dear brother. Let me
1
mute
minute,
myself.
1
You've
minute
been
across
very
the board.
quiet
Let's
today.
go.
Let me mute myself.
You know, I don't want us to send out bad, signal, especially Eric just joining us today, and then we start this
I like
thing,
Eric.
So, yeah, in as much as we want to keep interjecting and keep putting in points, let us give the guys chance
Yeah.
to talk.
man.
I mean, let the man learn. It's part of the process.
Tabula rasa,
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that just weed up. You hear the last name weed up. So when you weed things out, that's how it happened. And that's it.
Who you going tabula
So
rasa?
right, this just issue, I already said it before that we cannot politicize it. But be as it may, this is the country that we are in now. Liberia is a country where everything must be laced, embraced with politics. We know about the 100 million war for drugs that the United States government, through its intelligence, was able to track and get the joint security on that special operation. Even the guys that were apprehended disappear without trace, and we don't even know where they are up to now. So that operation was successful because the United States knew about, they got the intelligence, and they followed it up until they reached to a point. And then when it reached to the part of the Liberian government now to exercise that particular part to say, oh yeah, we are zero tolerance, the guys then disappear from prison. You saw the from Page Africa brought a report. What the guys in here today? Because
Actually, they were found not guilty and let go.
United States, but that's the thing. That's the thing. They said they were found not guilty. How is that even possible? Because we knew that there were money in their possession. There was a fight between the justice minister then and then the DEA and then McGill fighting over the money that was in their possession. So the guys then disappeared. That case, that zero case. Look, we don't want to go on all of that. I don't want to even go back and forth on that. What I'm saying today is that the security of our porous borders, those selected, all those points of entry, it is concerning and alarming now that it is the weakest point we ever had in Liberia, and successive government have never done anything to help solve that problem. This issue about just did not even start Manasseh Lifton. That just came way back. But the proliferation but the level I reach now, it has reached.
Right.
Look, Eric, you can get sick today. That's the reason why somebody can get sick today, but the manifestation of the sickness you can get sick today, then the sickness show up today. So sometimes when you get sick, it takes time for the sickness to show. That's why they call symptom. So the just situation in Liberia that was under the previous administration did not reach to the point where today now everybody in the country say, oh, they just too much impact administration. They dwell too much. They just started, and the people started taking it, and it reached the Baka administration now, a show face now. They had the Ebola, say a show face. They think show face. What can we do now to solve the problem? This is the administration for solving problem. I don't blame nobody. That's why I said this should be a community fight, a whole country fight.
Thank you.
Because people will not want to take blame.
We're
not going to get blame me for me
we do 1
personally.
minute each.
I am not going to blame anybody. I'm not blaming anybody because the issue about the just now where it has reached, every household in Liberia will get somebody connected. So if you say that here, you say, oh, I'm a seditious, you go look at your brother who is for another political party taking journey. You say, oh, let the man go die because the man from the political party, you're hurting yourself. So my fight now is about all of us putting hands together and supporting the government, especially with these exercises going on now, Communities are giving out intelligence. Everybody joining the fight now, and we're kicking those guys out and breaking the businesses and breaking the
Thank
cartel wing. And we the next phase now is rehabilitation and giving the guys their skill and reintegrating them back into the society so they can become somebody that can support the growth and development of their own self. Thank you.
Today.
So here's what I want to say. I want to be direct and straight to the
Bagu
point.
is strong.
When you are mentioning about, when you're talking about past leaders, I like your situation to go back and remind yourself about who were compromised, who those leaders that we are appointed, that were on live tape. Don't just kind of cherry pick, because you want to make one government to look back. You forgot about what we are, the incompetent people he had over there. Lorenzo Pena. Sorry to say, what does he even know about even spelling his own name? Let alone making a deputy director for operation. Lorenzo Pena better have a post-high school certificate. You put him somewhere to manage the DEA operation. You know what? I don't want to delve deeper in that, man, because you don't want me to go and start telling you the level of incompetence that your weird regime show. So here is what I want to say, right? I will say, and I will continue to say this. We need to take this issue seriously, even with this government that I support. I think it's too much lip service. A lot of times, we thank God that the DEA is working. We're seeing some results, but more to be done. Bring in national disaster. We all that live in the U.S., we're seeing around the country today. Trump, whether you like him or not, Trump is deploying the National Guard everywhere, and it's reducing crime. Even the D.C. that I'm in today, the D.C., I can show you a video. I was on the train going to work from Maryland to D.C. Those guys are posted to every stops. People were being harassed.
But is that for drugs though?
Not for drugs, but I said drugs come with crimes. Drugs are hand in hand with crime, right? Crimes were being, even though the mayors of these cities say crimes, but there are crimes around the city. So what the government needs to do is what? Bring the AFL, give through an executive order as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. You issue an executive order detaching maybe a battalion of the AFL to the DEA, and then retrain them for like a month or two on knowing the various kind of narcotic, substances and stuff, what to see and how to do proper arrest of drug smugglers and drug users. Those guys are already highly trained to do maneuvering, to use the weapons. They are not crazy people. Those are sound professional people. We don't need extra budgetary allotment for them because they are already being paid. They've already been paid. They're just sitting doing nothing. Bring them out so that they can help fight the war on drugs. While we are trying to reset the agency, the DEA agency, to do a complete reform of the agency, that's a medium to long-term approach. But for the short term, effect that. Look, Liberians have a lot of respect for the AFL. It is with the commander-in-chief, it is within the purview of the commander-in-chief to explain to the nation why he's using the AFL, because we are in a national crisis. And when there is national crisis, the nation is overwhelmed. The police and other forces are overwhelmed. What we do when they are overwhelmed, we bring in the armed forces to assist. The mission of the armed forces is to fight, enemy, both foreign and domestic. Today, our domestic enemy is drugs.
Drugs, absolutely.
So why is it that the military is now being used to fight our domestic war? We're in serious domestic war. And someone said, well, people don't have jobs. Yeah, that's part of it. But there are jobs in America. But go see downtown. There are a lot of drug users, people lying in the streets of Atlanta, where I'm from. So it's not so much, it's about stopping the drugs from its source. It has to do with the law enforcement side. Go and meet it at its source. Until we do that, man our borders. Have some military drone flying over to where we don't have men standing. Have some drone deployed where we can visibly see them from a command and control center. C2, set up a lot of C2 centers and have men deployed in pockets of areas so that once you see them, you radio those guys, they go and check. Let us get some K9 dogs that even if we cannot run on foot, we can send the dogs to chase them, bring them down, and then we get them, put them on handcuff. These are just simple measures we can use to train canine dogs in America. It's not a hard thing. Look, let us be serious for God's sake. Let us have camera. Let us have body camera on our DEA agents to serve as backup. Most of them, we don't trust them. We gotta deploy what we call in cybersecurity zero trust. We got to deploy a zero trust mechanism in our DEA. That means we're going to deploy backup camera, body camera on them so that once they go out there, those cameras are on, ensuring that they don't confiscate, they don't say some stuff to people who highlight things that will come from my mind. When you talk it, your voice will go in the camera and you can be investigated through that. So we need to do a lot. It's a holistic approach and we need to be serious about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anthony?
You know, in much as sometimes it's good when you discussing a matter, it's good to make some comparison, but sometimes we get lost in translation of what we're trying to discuss. The issue of drugs in the United States has to do with opioid. Prescription drugs. Somebody get into a car accident and they give them Percocet, or somebody had narcotics, drugs, and they get hooked on these things. It is different from the kind of drug fight in Liberia.
Anthony?
Yes. Look, sometimes you got to address the issue for what it is, okay? We like to compare apple and oranges, though they are all fruits.
Yeah, but prescription drugs are not the only drugs that have been
listen, my dear sister.
I'm asking you a question.
You can take your time and research this too. Liberia drug issue is not the same issue with the American drug issue. Again, I want to repeat. Majority of the people who are hooked on drugs in America started from prescription drugs. Opioid in the state of what Bernie Sanders stated, Vermont. Every 11 minutes, according to statistics, one person is overdosed from prescription medication. Opioid. You understand? In the state of Vermont, in the state of Wyoming, per capita is the highest rate when it comes to suicide in America. It's small country, less than 1 million people. But per capita, when it comes to suicidal matters, Wyoming is number one. It's small, tough little country. Many people don't even know, many people don't even know that Wyoming does exist in America.
Yeah, no.
You understand? Again, these are drug overdose. Prescription drugs overdose. You understand? So again, I'm not saying drug issue is not serious, but we can get carried away when we try to compare the United States to Liberia. Liberia drug issue, there's going to be quick turnaround. LDA alone cannot fight this drug because LDA can only do one thing: enforce the law. They are not psychiatrists. They are not psychologists. You understand? So other element to fight the drug, to detox the people, rehabilitate them, that has different function. That's not DEA function there. Their function is to do the arrest, enforce the law. And I agree with Tule that the AFL need to be involved. Starting our borders, go after the big boys, go after those individuals who are bringing in the drugs. Look, there is something in IT called divide and conquer. You must identify the situation and find a solution to the situation. And the way you do it, you have to isolate the situation. You can't be having drug coming in the country and trying to fight the drug. You need to stop the bleeding first. Let people see that this government is going after the big boys who are bringing in drugs, and the little guys who are the retailer will get free. Because if the big boss are getting caught, the drug issue that is a $1 billion business. These people selling drugs in Liberia, they are cashing out. It's not a joke. And if you have a guy who is making $150, $200, going to arrest a guy who get $15,000 in your pocket, that man can dash $1,500 man just now. He will zip it. That man whole year, you will not easily find $1,500 if you getting paid $150.
Thank you.
You understand? So let's just be fair here and address the issue and stop comparing it to America. America,
Well, I want to check it, man. I just checked it here.
So Anthony, there is a comparison.
Nairobi is number 13. When
Is the drugs something and all the drugs is not?
I said you. I said suicide.
Per capita. Yes.
I said suicide. Not drug use. I said suicide.
But we're talking about drugs now. Which one brings suicide inside?
No. Look, when you
I leave that one with Eric now.
No, but I said suicide. I didn't say drug use. I say Vermont. Every 11 minutes, one person get overdose. The state of Vermont, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Overdose, or was it? Well, they're the same. But anyway, let's get you, Morris.
Yeah, you know, when we come to this conversation, for you to say it's not political, but at the end of the day, you make comparison, and in your comparison, you make one entity better, you know, to the other entity. It's just the same as, you know, you're trying to be political. Look, and I agree with Tule. What Tule said was that I don't even know why he too was just dragging on it. But just what to say, just leave it. Because the thing is that people watching. For me, when I'm on the show, I'm not only talking to you, the panelists, other people there watching. There are people that will come after they watch. People do research. So, I mean, sometimes there's no need for the back and forth. You know, that I must agree with you or you must agree with me. I don't see it necessary. Because we all know that there was the American embassy that elected the government. And that how can the government without drugs issue? But, you know, and for you to say, because the drug issue, for a government to let 100 million drugs enter in the country, 100 million drugs. However the case went, they say the people were free. The same day the people were free, they got disappeared from the country. Nobody knew where they are. It was on that same government where the chief executive of that government, they were dividing money on the Zogos. When you get those Zogos $15, $20, what you expecting to do? That was, yeah. Then you come here, you say, oh, the government is so. Look, sometimes, if you go on the street dividing $15, $20 on those Zogos, what are you telling them to do? To go buy the same drugs. That's how they was empowering those guys.
How about
we
the
saw
eat?
it. Well, that's what you would say. Well, we saw it. We saw all those things. But the thing is that
give them cooked meal.
The thing is that this government now has its sole responsibility to fight the drugs. The only thing is that we can remind you when you're trying to bring a politics, we can remind you of what happened yesterday under your watch. That's all we're doing. But we are holding ourselves responsible. We are holding this government responsible because they are in power. And I think the government got an edge. Because unlike under the past government, probably the citizens, they're not even trusting. They did not even trust them in terms of fighting the drugs. But this government has an edge because why? The citizens themselves decided to support this government in terms of fighting the drugs. They decided to support it. Oh man, why you say thank you? You gonna know you say thank you? And look, and for somebody, and look, anybody can accuse anybody. It does not make you the guilty person. We saw the Livingstone, the airport security guy. Livingstone, he in Philadelphia, yeah. Who he called? Who name he called? He called somebody from the government. The lawmaker in District 13 waiting Colabor. A citizen lawmaker from time to time, they say he's a drugs addict, he's a drugs dealer. So anybody can accuse anybody. So what exactly? So why we
I ain't get a good job in America.
So what we are saying here is that if you want to be political, we can also to remind you of what happened yesterday under your watch. You know, I just give it back to you, Amy.
Yeah, see, to be fair, everybody was talking. Eric did not say one word. He did not glitch.
Because we don't lie. He give it.
So when Eric was saying
that thing, Anthony was talking, the highest rate in America, suicide rate, the state that take the highest rate is Alabama number 1, Alaska number 2, Arizona 3, Kansas, California, Wyoming is way. What? Come on. So this guy can just come and just spew lies. I don't like that. It's a factual show.
Okay.
I'm not really spewing lies here.
You're correct the way you get. You go ahead, Eric. Let's hear on a woman. Me grow gray.
I mean, Mr. Tule summarized my position statement, that I came with. His admittance that the current fight against drugs is a lip service, according to him, that what he believes, and I share that opinion with him. We are not being pragmatical with the fight against drugs. This thing is not only claiming lives, it is shrinking our already messy economy, because any country depends on the human resource. You need human being. But the first thing you need, before you even talk about natural resources, there are countries who literally got no natural resources, but they use their human capital as a resources. So if you have a population that's sick, if you have a population that can work because they are dependent on drugs, it poses serious economic stagnation to your country. So he's right that the government is doing a lip service with it. The necessary funding that's needed for DEA to operate the below the bare minimum of that country. In fact, we don't have the manpower capacity to mend that country in terms of fighting drugs. We have a population, according to the 2022 census, around 5.2 million. It could be more than, based upon the years. How many LDA officers do we have? And what is the pay grade? Today we're talking about putting camera on there. You have not even paid these people. These people struggling for decent salary. You're giving them 150, 200. The camera is good, but can you afford a camera? If you can afford, are you willing? There are things I want to believe that this government can afford, but they are not willing. Like, in economics, to say, in order for you to have a demand, you must be first willing and must be capable. Is the government willing
Why
to do
did you say they're not waiting?
Because if they are willing, they have the capability. For example, if you spend over $1 million on a vehicle for a president, you can spend 500,000 to help the DEA. Why do we need to spend more than $1 million for a president car when this president even saw that?
500,000 would get the job done in the DEA.
No, it's an addition. It's not a subtraction. It's an addition. It's not a subtraction. With all the 500,000, you got zero. With the 500,000, you got 500,000. So the point is, our leaders must be pragmatical. Like Tule said, that lip service they own, and I agree with Tule on this. And it is very unfortunate that, because you have to recall that now we have something that called spark and die. People, this is not just people taking drugs anymore. It's about people dying, literally dropping on the street every minute. Go on Facebook, it's horrible. I'm sorry that many Liberians are not sleeping, but if you were to open a line and do a competitive analysis about where we are and where we were, Liberians will be very much disappointed as to how we got here. Because initially we had all the solutions, how to fight drugs, how to fight the economy, how to fight this. And now look at the reality at hand.
Eric,
To the extent that even today is taking a position of an opposition.
So
Because he has no runner.
No position.
Eric, I want you.
I just being.
I want you to be.
Yeah, go ahead, I mean.
Today was being objective, but I want you to be honest with me, right?
Yeah.
Do you honestly believe that this government is doing worse than the past government when it comes to drugs?
Well, forget about belief. You're more analytical than me. You've been on the show and you in touch with your Liberian people, right?
You're smart, man.
What?
You're a very smart dude. You're a very smart man.
Please stop this, man.
Yeah, come on. No, but you're not being fair.
Yeah.
Before I started talking, I did a what? I put an announcement for people to the. He stopped quiet and listen to all your boomari. He said anything. Let the brother talk. Go ahead.
Yeah. The thing is, during the administration of President Weah, did we register the number of deaths for drugs as we're doing now? If your answer is no, then that means we have a serious crisis at hand.
Okay.
Look, in the period of less than 2 years, President Bouaka has appointed 4 different heads for LDA.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it points to the crisis. It points to leadership deficit. It points to incompetence. That's why it points to.
And that's why he's
In the
removing them, right? Because they're incompetent, right?
Has the problem been solved?
He's still
Has the
finding
problem
solution.
been solved?
Still finding solution. We are now has no solution.
So you see, so what is happening is we're just experimenting, or the president is just experimenting in terms of tomorrow when how you call the president fire, he removed another take for example the deputy for administration. This man went to MICAT, Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism press conference, and said that there are people within the executive branch, judiciary, and the legislative branches of government who are aiding and abetting, who are drugs baron. It's the reason that this drug crisis cannot be won because they are influential people. In less than a month when he made that statement, he was dismissed. How serious are we? Somebody who is shining the light, it's like a whistleblower. You dismiss that man. I mean, take the part.
Thank you.
So the crisis, to summarize, the crisis that we have now, it is at a very disheartening stage as compared to where we were. And I had thought that we would have had, but it's a fact on fire. Your brothers and sisters dropping dead in the street. You want to play the blind eye to that? Because you are an unapologetic of the regime. You don't do that to your conscience. You don't do that to your country. You have to be patriotic at once.
After you, I know I will get him.
No, but I think.
No. Anthony, you get it 1 second.
You're coming from Mexico,
Amen.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Let me have my time too now. My 1 minute. You said 1 minute, right, Amy?
It looks like we're fighting on that drug here, so not
because you know what I'm asking you. You said 1 minute.
Let me get
you know the smart part I like about Eric. Every time exhaust, I think he said, "Let me someone ras." That's the time he's hearing always someone rassy.
Well, I ain't talk for 1 minute to be honest.
1 minute. In 5 seconds. I think Amy said he's not doing the show fair. You see, because you see, the show here, we are all here panelists. The idea of engaging with somebody.
5 seconds, please. You keep giving that rebuttal with speech.
Look,
let's do the 5 seconds because all of you talk more than 1 minute.
No,
and you're saying I will not agree on that.
Amy will run the show. We'll come here. We'll all come here. We'll all got everybody that here got something to do. We'll come on the show here. What I'm trying to say is that you don't have to engage as a host. You don't have to engage. When the person talks, then they say that stuff.
No, you cannot tell me that.
But you killing. No, but you're spending more time. If you do that, you're taking more time.
Go ahead. You stop that. I'm not do that on the show. Go ahead. Mama. Have your say.
So they say until the rotten tooth is pulled out, the mouth must chew with caution. We cannot sit on the show and say people walking, people dropping dead in Liberia because of drugs. And it is because of the incompetence of this of the administration. Look, we listened to the U.S. congressman describing the Liberian government, honor the so-called president as a kleptocratic and a kakistocratic group of elements. Why? Then you're talking about incompetence? No, let me get scratch out all of one. And you also spoke about will. When they talk about somebody having a political will to fight something, did the previous administration show any will? No, they never show any will in any aspect of the governance of our country. And that's the reason why the Liberian people were women, they booted them out. Because when you look at what happened at the LDA, President Bouaka was very decisive. He took them out. That's why I said until the rotten tooth is pulled out of mouth must chew with caution. Until we can find a right person, we'll keep booting. Anybody who put there, we'll take them from there. So until we find somebody who gonna lead our entity with integrity and the patriotism we talk about, until we find people who will say, I will put nation first, like how other people say nation building should come first, because the issue here, it is no money is enough for anybody. If that was the issue, then that means most of the boys then who bringing the thing from across the border in the United States, they will not reach here. Because if they say people, when they tell you, number one, people who love that country, the Americans do love that country so much. But why do you think they still have those rookie guys there who still, and you know, thank God my brother Anthony joining the police. I hope you'll not be one of them. But
I beg you, don't use me as an example here, please. Tell your thing. Forget about me.
Yeah, you left playing talking me, go join police, be playing talking for the put on you.
So look, we have a problem on our hands, and this particular thing we talk about, this is an inherent problem. This thing did not happen in the 18 months of President Boubacar. It did not happen, and it did not even start from Manasseh Lee. So this problem we have today is an age-old problem, and the solution this government is finding is more of a solution driven than previous administration. So we would boot people out if we find them not going in line, and you know, with what the scope calls for. So we'll take.
I don't know why people think that's a bad thing when somebody is not doing the job for you to move them. I don't know why it's a bad thing, but go ahead.
But Amy, what's up with the vetting process though?
Anthony, when they join the police, the way you can't talk on the show, and I'm not trying to talk, maybe like I said. So listen.
But moving to the next topic.
Let's say with the drug. The drug thing is very important in the country. That other thing here, but let's talk about the drug. The drug thing is important, my man. The drug thing is the whole. We can steal this thing, and everybody can have round. And Anthony, congratulations in advance, my man. That's a way to go, man.
Oh, why you? I see Anthony tell us he over.
Well, I mean, being a police officer is like, you know, frontline worker, putting your life on the line while we're sleeping. The man going to take bullet for me. I ain't let the man be there. Oh, man taking bullet for me, but no. So that's cool. So look, let me say this, and I'll say this again, right? The previous administration under George Weah showed the highest level of incompetence when it comes to governance issue. Holistically, we have in the history of our country the most incompetent mayor of our capital, the lowest in the history of our republic, Jefferson Tamakochi, the same man, the man who here from the same foyer that I came from. We see the likes of Lorenzo Pena and his boss. Bunch of income. Look, let me tell you one thing. This has got to, we have to attack the issue of drugs from the source. Unless we engage these United States to talk about our issue of drugs and to find solution from here, where I sit, where you sit, where most of us sit tonight, we will continue to play lip service, and I say this to my own government, regardless of the efforts being made by this administration. There are a lot to be done. And I'm saying this. I'm not saying it because I want to look. I love my country. I'm a patriotic Liberian. I can leave everything that I have here in these United States and go to Liberia and fight with every blood, sweat, and tears that I have in me. Because this is not only affecting, but my own family member has been affected by the issue of drugs. So until we take this seriously, and I'm speaking, look, this coming 26th of this month, they're having the Liberia Diaspora Conference. I'm here in DC. The reason why I was extending my time to work in the office here, because I want to speak to Joseph Dimma Boubacar with all passion in me about the issue of drugs. And when I take that microphone, maybe most of you that will be watching that whole engagement with the president will see me.
Well, that exchange there. Anthony will be there. Thank you.
I am
They say
going
I can't register. I've been trying to
you.
register. They say I can't
because
register.
because the time they tell you to do it, you are wasting time, my man. They got timeline for it. I'll be a volunteer. You know what? You know what? Come. I will allow you in. Come. I'm
Yeah.
gonna volunteer. Come in.
Don't go like what's
Come
in
here.
the pool.
I'll make you to enter. Come in. Come. So when you come,
No, let me
Thank
ask
you.
question because Baka will put me outside.
don't just
Thank
go out
you.
there for the question a minute. Put yours out. Go ahead. I finish my talk. God, I want to end my talk. It may not confuse me. But in a nutshell, right?
Look at he's not talking about 5
Yeah.
minutes. He's confused.
So
Somebody else will be
no.
saying.
No, in a nutshell, right? Let us be serious. I agree with the interim leadership; they are doing their best, but you can't go take traffic police officers to go for a job. They will only do their thing.
They're out of manpower.
They are not. No, we need to man our border. We need drones. It's not that expensive. If they want drone, military drone, we can get some here. Use one.
Thank you.
We need couple of body cam. Body cam is like $180 for one. Real good one that can last for 72 hours. That is why. 3 days. We need these things on our officers. And we need some taser. Because once you go to fight drugs as an agent, you're a small agent. Being an agent doesn't mean you gotta have some kind of physique like me. You will meet a guy who is stronger than you, who can overpower you. But guess what? If you use taser, the kind of police taser we have here, it can neutralize that person, and you can easily handcuff that guy who weigh 3,000 pounds. You will load that baby in front of you, and you handcuff him, you arrest him, and put
So
him.
why you want to put votation in
Thank
there,
you.
man?
But we don't want to give them gun. We have that
Thank you.
gun issue of army embargo.
So Eric, come in before we go to Anthony. That's 1 minute. This time let me make you.
But
Yeah,
Eric spoke before me.
Yeah, you'll speak before Eric.
you can go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. No, she said go ahead. So
I just wanted to go this way because 1 minute for them before we close.
I think Anthony, we on path, including family. I'm shocked that his thought process is shifting gradually, initially from what he had, which is very strange to me. Tuli is also getting on board with preaching patriot. Let me say something for the record. When we begin to compare what CDC did versus what is ongoing, we lose track of being patriotic. We lose track of being genuine in our advocacy for change. And the Liberian people will eventually understand the hypocrisy and take decision. CDC was voted out. It was a collective indictment on the leadership credential of the CDC by the Liberian people, evidenced by the CDC not winning the 2023 election. That is history. So every time you go back to the CDC, using the CDC as your reference point of your genuine size, in the words of Daniel Sano, your genuine size failure, you are not doing yourself any favor. What you're doing is
one question. Should CDC clinicians like you and other people, if they say something that was not or that is not right, that is not factual, should they just let them just start with it because they don't want to do comparison?
No, the thing is, CDC is not your model of competence. You cannot use CDC as your model of competence to say,
But still, though, they have to correct facts. Though they have to some
No, correcting.
This information has to be corrected, don't you think?
No, I have no problem you correcting fact. But when you begin to reference CDC as your threshold of your current leadership deficit to say, oh, CDC didn't do that one, CDC didn't do that one, to justify your incompetence, then there's a problem. And Liberians people will, resist that. And, you're talking about people keep interrupting Eric. I might be wrong on this, and you can prove me wrong. I think the genesis of this show, prior to my interest today, had always been praising the regime. We have not had people to really challenge your host here. I stand to be corrected on that. If we have by now people like Today and others, we have that ability to observe criticism from the opposing side. But because it has always been, we're all just praising the regime, so you guys are used to that. So I understand that as the reason you see a very
been challenging them, but they too much on the show. That's the reason why.
No, the fact is, I assume you do not come from the defending the previous government. Maybe you're more of Cummings. I hope I'm wrong. So you're more liberal. They don't care about.
We have George. We have Vasco here, and who is more something than Vasco?
Okay, so but then I mean then our people should be used to that by now and not be shaking, about
I
our
think you
opinion.
and Choco have the same approach to addressing the people. You stay on the issue. You make your point
But
across. But vast of
this,
them part they are weird shit.
no, this is an issue driven thing. This is something that we have to be ashamed of.
So Eric,
Yeah,
that is the wrong one. That's the wrong term that you use. Praise singing. We do not praise sing nobody here.
So now y'all can you
We
continue,
don't praise
Eric.
sing
Where
nobody
Eric
here.
Lane, please?
I
We
hope
No,
just
you
Eric
got
finished learning.
I hope
Eric finished already. That's why I
no,
came
I'm
in.
not done. I'm not done.
Oh, okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Eric, can
Yeah.
we summarize?
but that when you cause Eric to
Yeah.
summarize.
No,
So the
you
people
know, Eric carrying the title where the
I
minute
mean,
can say when the
I mean,
minute
let me
finish everything, they say let conclusively conclude.
I mean,
conclude.
let
So
me
go
say something.
ahead.
We have
Con-
never had, we have never had in the history of our country where citizens themselves taking upon the time, the resources to go in the community and handpick a drugs user, how you call it, traffickers, and all those things, and bring them over to justice. In fact, some of them using mob of violence to arrest corporate of drugs. That tells you that this has reached an epic proportion that needs a national attention, and that we must not even waste our time to compare what happened to when we are with now. We have never had. Imagine we had a whole protest, a national protest against drugs in our country, where including the government officials, in fact, the president himself was a participant of that protest, evidenced by he wearing
It
the
was more
T-shirt.
about awareness, but thank you.
No, not just about awareness. It was a call to national issue and admittance to the heightening of drugs in our country. So we can minimize it to just awareness. No, death occurs. People are not traumatized. Do you know that the government bundle over dozens of quote unquote Zogo, they call them at risk youth, and carry them some part of Broadway, and those guys broke the compound because allegedly the government could not feed them, and as a result of that, they started looting properties from the community residents
Come
in that
on,
place.
Eric.
There are video evidence to that, yes, and independent media wrote about that. So this is a serious
Thank you.
national concern. So if we even want to attempt to compare, then it means that I don't know what is happening to us. So
Thank
we
you.
have to take a step back. Yeah.
Anthony.
Well, it's a good show. Sorry I came a little late by work as usual. But yeah, the drug issue is very serious. Amy, let put all drug aside. Lin Lapa, I did not say the drug came from Mexico or that guy. Opio, like I just checked, right? According to the CDC,
Why
they
always be only like going this?
the CDC, which is the Control for Disease something in America here, right? Reported that synthetic opioid, like thing that fentanyl, were responsible for the death of people 48,000 in 2024. 48,000 people, right? Overdose. So, folks, sometime, like I said earlier, we can get carried away. We want to compare America to Liberia. The drug circumstances in the United States is completely different from the drug circumstances in Liberia. We don't have opioid issue in Liberia as drug related thing. We have other drugs. So when we're talking about America drug, and in America, when somebody's overdosed, there is some kind of injection they give them. You guys that work in the medical field, you know that the person can come to the cell, they can survive. We don't have that in Liberia. You understand? Even in Philadelphia, like Kensington, you see people, the police giving them clean syringes for them to use so they can spread other diseases from one person to another. You understand? This is a way of also trying to control the circumstances. Those guys back there don't have those things. You're chasing the people down alone. It's not the only way to fight drugs. Just chasing them, grabbing them, putting them in jail. Addiction is an illness. Addiction is an illness, and treat those people who are addicted to drugs like people who are sick. Don't treat them as criminal. Those that are involved in criminal affairs, treat them as such. Not every one of them are criminals. So I want them, every Liberian is, is to fight this drug. helping the government. If you see somebody who's selling drugs, give tips, protect your identity, give a tip to the legal authority, so they can go after that
What happened to your phone?
person.
Man, you seem
Thank
Mobile.
you.
Don't
Your phone.
expose yourself. When they say they will protect you, put the guys out. I think my phone. Oh, it's overheating. Yeah, my phone is getting hot.
Thank you, Morris.
Yeah, the first thing Amy will come on the show, or as much as you can tell people, they will tell you to. You don't have to take it, but it just is so. That's what make the show to be a very neutral show. And I would say this: some of us will be responsible for over 30 years. I've been taking care of myself. Got people living with me, taking care of them for over 30 years. I've never worked for government. None of my family members ever worked for government. I don't praise sing, except you don't know me. I don't praise sing. People who know me, they know me even from Liberia back in the days. That's why throughout my time, I've worked in a way that I can't praise sing nobody. And some of the people that are calling people praise singers, ask them whether they ever condemn the people they support. I don't praise sing. I said, even on the very show, at times we disagree. On many days, they aim me that here on the show. Many times we disagree with each other. I don't praise sing. I was part of the Dillon campaign team in America. Everybody knew me here. I was one of the biggest critics for Dillon. I passed the stage to praising somebody I passed that stage. And in America here, I work. I can buy plane ticket tomorrow, jump on the plane, go any part of the world. And in this country, should I still be praising somebody? I pass that stage. I don't praising. Enough said on that. Look, there's nothing wrong making comparison. We can make comparison because for you to even able to measure the performance of this government, you should first determine where the government start from. It's fair enough. But in making your comparison, don't be political. That's all we are saying. Don't be political. But you can't condemn that one that you want praise. The same thing you did under your regime was worse. Then you want to beat on the government. They say, oh, don't compare. Yes, it's in as much as the government has a sole responsibility and that's why we are holding this government. That's the difference. We are holding this government to their feet. That do the right thing. All we want you to do the right thing. We didn't support you for you to just be reckless, do the right thing. So we'll continue to ask to hold the government feet to the fire. And Brother Tule, even though he's not on the show, look, the police can help in the fight against corruption. There's a department in the police that call it the anti-narcotic department, is something like that. I may not be right on that, but I think there's a department in the police. Police can arrest. It's not only the DEA. Even the police has that mandate to arrest drugs, to fight, because they got a special department. So the same way you're calling for the army to intervene, the police can also to intervene in the fight against drugs. And, so I mean, this is just a collective fight. We all can come to fight these drugs. Like I said, the edge this government have, the citizens themselves, I think they are seeing some honesty that I think the government, regardless of what, the government is honest in the fight against these drugs. So we can support this government. So in comparison, it's fair enough to compare, but just be honest in your comparison. That's all about it. I give it back to you, Amy. What am I closing there, right?
That's true.
All right, quickly. Yeah. So well.
But sorry, I mean, have I closed?
No.
Yeah, my man, you finish.
No,
No, if you want to go back or go one more round, we'll go. But look, we cannot emphasize the situation that is currently in the country. President Bouakai has shown the political will to actually fight these drugs, unlike previous administration. And it is fair enough to say that in this current administration, no one has been labeled as enemy of the state. That's a fact. Before, when critical minds were hunted down by talks, because they oppose the regime. Some people could hardly sleep at their respective homes. They were sleeping in high out places, and because they can't go home because they are critical of the regime. People have to flee the country. The records are there. We have so many people who left because people were building this, and this worship center for people to be worshiping all hill. I call it the political Nebuchadnezzar, and get our golden image of people to go worship. And we saw all kind of terrible things happening in that country. But for every long road, there is an end. And the end of that long road is President Boakai showing the will that this thing that is going on in the country, it is not only. That's why we say the 4% ban dismissed. Yes, but previous administration, those guys them were whining and dining with the dealers. Nothing happened. The records are there. People were, you saw those guys then, and buying properties. Those guys then going on trips. Womanizing. In fact, that was the end product of the entire free money. So anything you don't work for, you don't think on how to spend it. So we have a responsible government now that is well respected around the world. And look, we continue to tell people, look, the police, the Gazaman was saying, but the police is now part of the fight of the job for the entire job, because the DEA operation now is a joint security operation. So not only the police, the immigration is involved. And if the DEA, for some extension, if they want, they can also ask the military for help if they need be. But the operation now they are currently ongoing is a joint security, because today even the logistic that they were using is from the Labrador National Police. So it's a joint security operation. So everybody, in fact, they say this operation is an all hands on deck operation. And I'm happy the community dwellers themselves, they are involved. And we are happy at this stage now we can say, yes, people, the slogan of "say no to drugs" is resonating in every household now. We're singing it, and we want more to be done. And I mean, let's go back to the high school that in the past time when they have the sexual exploitation and abuse stuff, SEA stuff, they went to the high school, and the Millennium Goal Challenge, they would take it to the high school, were explaining this to students, what was in the compound and everything. So the DEA and other people now should strategize ways and means to reach out to the high schools, reach out to other communities, reach out to the churches, the mosques, and other area of worship, and spread out the news, because there are people who are praying every day. But each time, I think some people, each time they go to the mosque to pray, the next time they come out, their children can get very terrible. The demon can get wake up. And at the time the men can get angry, they want to go take more. So we have to go there and give them hope and tell them that this administration is out for them, and all can fight it. But the next phase is like we always say, the government need to do more.
Thank you.
They are doing some. They're taking baby step, but they need to do more. And our next step is the rehab, and after rehab, and get skill training and integration back into the
system. Blue love and tell you not disturb me. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll get back to you, Amy.
Eric.
Thank you. I mean, Fumble.
So Eric closing twice, eh?
Closing twice. Everybody went back for one more round.
Also going back now.
No.
But Amy, there's no problem. The brother can talk, but everybody wrap up. He can talk.
Yeah. So we say Eric should go back now.
You see, that's the problem. You want to tell me I'm not ready to show what
No, we're not telling you. But
Amy, we're all on the show.
Y'all had the same time Eric talked for.
No, I haven't spoken.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten to you and Morris yet.
Enjoy your first day preference.
Amy, we all talk. He can talk. There's nothing problem, but everybody talk. If I were the last person that spoke.
Yeah, that was the second round, and this is the closing now we're doing.
So he the one started the closing.
we talk for. Go back and watch this show.
So
You-
let me
So,
say-
so that's what I'm saying.
And then
So
you
if
come
you
back and
close now,
catch
so that
me
means I'm
with
going
your
back to close
apology.
now.
So he the one starting the. So he the one starting the closing,
Aaron,
right?
let me end that round before we close now. So
No. You have yeah. I'm not worried about it. But just close the show. That's what we're going because
No, but
everybody
you-
has
no,
a round
no, but you
from the
confuse-
start of the closing. Everybody will close. Then
Oh,
Corey,
no.
Eric,
No.
30 seconds to close. Eric, you got 30 seconds to close. Go ahead.
So that family
Okay,
starting
go
the
ahead.
closing, that's fine.
Eric, go ahead.
Eric, listen to me. I'm about to mute everybody. Go ahead, close. I got your back. Don't worry. Y'all not
Thank-
there. So I'm away from you. So there-
No, I'm used to that. Thank you. I mean, I respect your leadership. It is not about who spoke last or first. Means that the person will not take on, to the conversation. Tuli, you have to control your temperament. You're on the national platform. People watching you.
don't worry. I can go ahead.
You really have to do that.
I'm going to go ahead.
So, I hear Famula talking about the previous government official were womanizing. Family, you really want to bring that issue about womanizing? A day ago, why did the president suspend the deputy minister of youth, youth and sport for development? Imagine a man who
Oh, come
was
on.
to develop the youth. No, I mean, don't say come on. This is it's a national call right now in the country.
Oh,
Don't
what
minimize
I
that.
let Eric for? Thank you. Go
Don't
ahead.
minimize that. I mean,
No,
if you
that nasty. No, nasty.
all of you that minimizing that, it means that you don't have a team in order.
Did
The
you hear what I said?
family-
I said I want that nastiness. That's not woman
Yeah.
nasty.
No, but he was speaking about morality. That's why I zoomed that in. So you want to speak of morality? When you're a deputy for youth development, that should be building the capacity of our young people who are preyed on drugs and hopelessness and prostitution. You're ripping allegedly. And you want to compare about morality? What moral ground do you have to say these things that you're saying? It's shameful. I would say that to you, Famo. You're a very young man. Yesterday, I heard you saying, I will not come here, I will come here, all kind of thing. I mean, I like you, you intellectual, but you don't say things that will indict your integrity tomorrow. People are whipping our country as we speak about these things. The current government officials are no saint. They themselves are buying houses, building mansions. What practical step has President Bouaka taken to fight drugs? Why is it that people sparking that are still killing our people in the dozens on the street? What practical step? What increment in the budget has he made to the National Library DEE? Has there been a state of emergency to say drugs is now the days? Let's declare a state of emergency and pump resources to them in addition to what is the bare minimum that is allotted for them? Have we done that? The lone voice who was crying about government officials, the drugs baron of the government. You dismissed the man. What ground did you have to dismiss a man who was fighting drugs with a bare hand? Then you can't lecture us here about your government taking steps. What steps are you taking? You think that to do Photoshop or photo ops that step? You sit down, you take picture with people with artifice, then you say you read a statement, the president is concerned. No, I love the Chewy party in Liberia. The motto, check it out. They say these, not worse. These. What practical do we have to show us? I mean, let's be real of our country. Our country is sinking. Regardless, our country is sinking. We should all be ashamed and we should be crying on to this government, holding them by high standard because they came under the mantra of rescue. The arrest agenda that they came out with is not a verb that they consider to say you're going to hang up people. No. That arrest agenda, it had issues outlined, priority issues, agriculture. It had issue about law reform. If you look at all those things and spread across, where are we? Where are we as a country? It's easier for us to sit in our comfort in foreign countries, and intellectualize it and talk. And now you see yourself as you distracting me, not verbally distracting me. You're not a moderator to be giving me time. I mean, give me time, so you gotta respect that. Yeah, you don't distract me. No, family. No, you don't do
But you see, that is a scare tactic. There's a time already over there telling me say I'm distracting.
No, but
Aaron, your time is done. My man, don't do that silly thing here, my man. You
No,
read the teacher.
man.
no, no.
You talk over they tell me say I do my hand like that. They tell me say I distracted.
I mean, thank you. Let me not allow your colleagues to,
To
will you
distract you.
Go ahead,
you can take the time. Take the time. You guys have concluded. You and Morris have concluded. One person that need to conclude here is too late. And I mean, not you and Morris. So I don't know why you both coming back to conclude. But however, you can take the time.
So, maybe that my time to go, right?
Go ahead,
So I want
Yeah.
to talk again.
Yeah. No, after my time to go. Look, you see, when you present yourself as the moral police, there will be no option but to just checkmate you. Look, we have a foreign minister, the face of the country, the face of Liberia. He could not even enter the country because of sexual allegation against him. You want to talk about a deputy minister? At least Baka suspended the deputy minister. At least you have a foreign minister today. That foreign minister is a bare ball for Joey. Everywhere Joey go, he behind Joey. You want to present yourself as a moral police? You have a foreign minister. Look, and this is the thing, right? For me, I'm not even into this argument to reduce. Hey man, I'm not even into you will bring it back. Let me say my stuff. I'm not even into this argument about Liberia to limit Liberia between Joey and Bwaka. No. If Bwaka doesn't do better, that does not make we any better. It doesn't make we any better. If Bwaka not do better, look, Liberia got over 5 million population. You think we can find somebody to put in there that will be better than Bwaka and Joey? That will limit the country to a Wea and a Bwaka? No, that's why I try so hard not to even engage into that argument. But if you want to present yourself as a moral police, we'll checkmate you. We'll remind you. That's all. We'll remind you. I mean, I give it back to you, man. Look, sometimes it just,
Maybe
yeah.
Eric doesn't know that. Everybody has to
Eric,
say
man.
something.
That Eric man come by here. Where
It
is
gets sometimes, man. For
Where's
me,
Eric? Where's Eric? Bring back camera.
Yeah, maybe Eric doesn't know that we all have to stay on and close before
He
we
left?
leave. I think so.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, go ahead, man. So we can just
Let Eric be reminded that the government that he wants to bastardize, let him be reminded of his government that he supported in the past. We were presented with an incompetent president in George Manuel Weah, who knew virtually nothing. He had nothing to do. He didn't even understand governance issue. Even what he even knew, he could not even bring that to the fold to even help, resuscitate our country through sports. I think that mantra PAPD could have been, you could change it to development through sports. That would have been even better, because he's a soccer icon. This is what he's best known for. He could have used that to bring investors in the country, to build academies, build stadium, and even during his 6-year bid for Liberia to host, the African Cup of Nations to say the least, because he's been the first African player to be voted Ballon d'Or, in the world. So he never honored his stewardship or his leadership. Our country was banned. Our stadium was banned from FIFA games. Something that he's well known for. So to come and sit on the show and you trying to want to shift blame on this administration. I'm not saying this administration is all perfect. We know there are a lot of things we have to do. We're not going to sit there and talk about a leader who you so much cherished. We are lied about Bali Island. He lied about Liberian Airway. He lied about the Coastal Highway. Everything concerning the whole administration was a complete fiasco. The U.S. Congress described your administration as a kleptocratic administration, right? An administration plagued by a bunch of rogues. That's what that means. We are here trying to, reset the nation. Bwaka has brought to the fore competent people. Yes, here and there you see some, people who will fall off the cliff. No one condone a rape. If that guy is found guilty, Gregory Kuma is doing his investigation. If they found evidence linking him to the crime, he's going to be arrested. put behind bars. It's a non-bailable offense. But before you do that, you have to do your own investigation and make sure you find credible evidence that link that individual to the crime. And I have confidence in the leadership of Colonel Gregor Comer to come to a full-blown conclusion on that issue with that Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports. Once he's guilty or once he's linked to the crime, he's going to be arrested. They're going to indict him, put him behind bars, and he's going to be there until his investigation is over. But look, we have a lot to to focus on here, and we got a lot to be proud of today. We have stable electricity. We have one of the first solar farm being built in the country. We have our roads being developed. And then, like I said, like what the name Rodan Gideon said, it's going to be an octuple effect around the country in the dry season.
He said that?
Yes.
Yeah. He said that.
Roads going to be attacked everywhere. Look at the bridge linking the Trans-ECOWAS Highway, the bridge linking from the southeast to Ivory Coast is currently being constructed. These things are not being highlighted because they don't want to hear it. Progress are being made under this administration. Look at across the bridge, the construction of that road. I think they're going to make it 3 lane going, 3 lane coming. 4, yes.
What bridge?
Across the bridge, Valtown, they're breaking
Busho Island from Freeport all the way to Central.
The Japan Freeway. They're going to use that same model of the Japan Freeway. Straight to St. Paul Bridge.
Yeah.
At Twala Market, they're going to build. In America, they can do the highway, put a PP wall where they got those animals. Something they identify that animals located inside the area. They can build walls. If they have community around it, they can build a hut in them. You won't even be seeing Twala. They will run. You can speak. Nobody will be on that road.
Yeah. How are they calling people praise singer? When they get wake up, praise singer.
Yeah, this president is making progress. This administration, look, they are not perfect when some kind of flaw is identified and it gets on the president's desk. The difference between him and Weah, Bouaka takes action. Weah does not. That's the big difference.
Yeah.
A leader who will see something going on wrong and turn a black eye to it because he himself hands are in the cookie's jar. So look, our people, especially later the CDC people, we are in the right hands till 2029. Whatever happened in 2029, what happened today will determine whether the United Party will remain in power come 2029. You guys will make your own judgment. Our deliverables will show, right? Whether you will compare. You think that park people living by that park in Goldface where his old Bill Memorial Parks there, where the 19 people were put on the pole and killed and where you put nothing to remember there. You put nothing there. You just go based on it. Like, what I found or not, the significance of that era, history should be remembered in that era. You should have built a memorial in honor of those people. Those people who were put on the pole died in 1985, whatever that was.
I mean, that's for more than 5 minutes.
So that's it, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the show. It was a very good show. And I said to my people, we will fight this drug issue. We'll come to Liberia. Look, I even planning to even form my own border patrol agency and ask the government. I will put my
I
will ask the government to give the clearances to help the government to man our border. We need a border patrol agency.
Count me on, brother.
Thank you.
So, Amy, let me just zero in quickly.
Let me talk so we can live for you, man.
No, let me zero in quickly.
Nobody go anywhere.
I just want to demystify something very quick. Because Eric sat on the show, he always saying that people listening. This is
don't matter.
And because there's a big platform, we want to get credible information. The issue about Jocelyn Liberia, he said this government has done little or nothing. He said they have done nothing. In fact, he said they have done nothing. But let me just quickly say this. I'm coming. There have been significant progress made when it comes to budgetary allotment for the LDA. During the Weah administration, the budget for LDA was 1.9 million. It was budgeted for them. 1.9 million.
It gone to 4 million. It gone to 4 point something million now.
Yeah, but under the Bouaka administration,
as soon as he took over, it went all the way up to 4.1 million. That was about 111.8% increment.
Yeah.
And then not only that, the following year, they increased they have been rapid increment in the budget for the LDA, and now they are even projecting for the 2026 budget that it will increase it up to 10 million to 15 million, 10 to 15 million for the LDA. So that means President Bouaka is a man of his word. He said that this is a national fight, and he have already shown, and the will. This is what it means for the president to have the political will to do something. This is what we talk about. And somebody said we pray singing, and more besides, when you're talking about people who live reckless social life, that you want to talk about, you want us to start naming people who were linked with
beating women,
who were beating our sister there, endangering our life, and women were abused and naked on the street by ministers. And what did the government do?
Right to these time bikes.
It is all there for the public to see. It is there, and we saw Jefferson Chesing. He was from Manasseh Leaf time, and he escaped the country. He came back doing Weakim and became president, and he making a minister of public works, giving position.
Don't matter to me. They put a calling people praising God. That want to get all over the place.
People all around misbehaving, and because this government is trying as much as possible to make sure that people, we're not going to do things impulsively like how people do in the past. The government is a civilized government, educated people in the government. We have to change the course of how we do the jungle justice, because people saying now, grab the man, put the man in jail, jungle justice. What's the difference between grabbing the man, putting the man behind bar without giving the man due process? So this process is going on, and the police is taking all of the necessary steps to ensure that the government has strong evidence. I will continue to tell you on the show that the government has not really done well in fighting any case. Many of the cases the government went against because of the hasty thing, they lost most of the cases. They end up putting a lot of problem on the government. And this time around, the government is taking it easy and meticulously dealing with the situation, so that when they submit you to court, they have strong evidence so that you go over there and not come out of it easily. So I get back to you. What a good show. We'll come back tomorrow and continue to speak on the issue.
Yes, come back tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Emil.
I mean, you were speaking for the woman to close up, then you say, I see you.
I know.
Now you appreciate Jenna for the woman to speak.
I mean, you gotta sleep too long. Human being, we reach here, they will die with sleep alone.
Thank you all for being here, and I'm not gonna grow today.
I like Tule, man. Seriously, I like Tule.
It was a great show. Thank you all for being here. Continue to share the show, please, for others to watch. And with that,
so we know one day we need to go to
tomorrow. We'll be here again. Please join us tomorrow for the next edition of the Night